Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. The stream will start shortly, but since I have you early, it's time to do some marketing. You know, as many of you know, people come up to me all the time on the streets and say, Sir, Adam, where can I find some great t-shirts of some of your classic catchphrases? Like in your infinite wisdom or strong female leads. And for these catchphrases to be on a t-shirt, quite frankly, it's about time. Well, I have good news for you, chat. I have that merch store and I have those shirts. And since I know you appreciate all the free content I provide every week, reviewing absolute trash like Ice Cube's War of the Worlds for your amusement, maybe give a little back by heading on over to patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies or become a member on YouTube via that join membership button. I don't know, they change it all the time, but the perks stay the same. Every month, depending on your tier level of support, you get different perks. Movie review exclusives up to 3 a month. Vlogs monthly. On top of the monthly new exclusives, if you're even at the $1 tier, you get access. You unlock the vault that contains over 300 videos from my past that are private. These are great videos. They're really freaking funny, and I would put them on this channel if they weren't so different and out there from the content I do now. It confuses people when you have like The Cringe and some of these other satirical shows I used to do show up. All right, I'm done with the sales pitch. Hope you love the crap out of the live stream, and I'll see you really soon. Like 3 seconds really soon. Take care. Nerd alert! We're here. It's Tuesday night. That's all right. Just getting back from Connor's soccer. He's got soccer from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, which isn't ideal when you try to do a live stream on a YouTube channel at 8 o'clock. So we have a 9 o'clock showing on Tuesday. Last week it was on Wednesday. You're just going to have to, Berenstein, bear with me as I try to navigate my miserable life. Hope everybody's having a good time. Eyes are shot to shit still. I better get the glasses on. I do have the prescripts in right now. Prescripts short for prescription glasses. Those are in. Hope you guys are having a good night. Rose asks, are you married? Yes, Rose, I am married. Thank you for the question. I've been married for 1,000,000 years. 2 kids, wife. How much of a life? Hype. People, everybody's asking, coming up to me with tears pouring, trickling down their eyes, saying, Sir, Adam, what is this hype feature I'm seeing? I don't know what it is, but I Googled it as the little intro was playing. Let me read for you. Oh, and by the way, before I get to that, I should note, I did a powerful, very strong super chat milestone. If I can get 50 super chats at the $5 level, 50 of them by the end of this stream in less than an hour. I mean, it's a full hour, but now we're 3 minutes in. I will do a full recording, a 3-minute or however long the song is of St. Elmo's Fire, singing it in its entirety, making sort of a little music video to accompany it. And I'll feature that on the next live. And I'll also put that out for Patreon and YouTube join members privately, but that would be on the next live video. I would put that together. I don't expect to hit that, but the milestone's there because that's a pretty big deal for some. All right, let's get to what this hype situation is. The YouTube option for hype is a new feature that allows viewers to support emerging creators by giving their videos points to help them get discovered on a special leaderboard. Eligible videos, usually by creators with fewer than 500,000 subscribers, can be hyped for free up to 3 times a week for the first 7 days after upload. Videos with the most points, boosted by a bonus for small channels, climb this leaderboard found in the Explore section, giving fans a way to actively boost content they love. Jesus. Eligible for creators with fewer than 500,000 subs. This is considered emerging creators. I'm an emerging creator. I've been on YouTube for a freaking decade, and I'm still sadly considered a emerging creator. Let's continue. How hype works. Finding the hype button. The hype button appears below the like button on eligible long form videos within the YouTube mobile app. Giving hype. Viewers can click the hype button for free up to 3 times per week. That's nice, I guess. Why would they charge for that? Each hype gives a video points. The more points a video receives, the higher it climbs in the hype leaderboard. A small creator bonus is added points based on the creator's sub count. The fewer the subs the channel has, the more bonus points it receives. Hype is for creator discovery. It's for fan engagement, community support. Those seem redundant. Key details, only channels with 500 to 500,000 subscribers are eligible, so I fall within that purview. Video type, this feature is for long form videos, not shorts, unlisted or private videos. Wait, so is that not even a thing that can happen on this live right now? Why are we talking about the live when that's not even possible? Whatever. We have, let's get to the real crux of this night. Super chats are the name of the game, but we're doing an AMA here every Tuesday night or Wednesday night, depending on what I have for availability. I hang out for an hour. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. Last Wednesday, I went for 2.5 hours almost because people kept killing it with the super chats. But I do regular questions as well. It's just, it's really nice to see. We have Scott Boundy, shot out of a cannon with $5. I don't want to ask, but want to say always love your brutal honesty takes. I really appreciate that, Scott. Thank you very much. TM Martin Esquire for $5 has nothing to say, just wants to get that ball rolling. Thank you. And then we have the Flute Wizard for another 5. We're already 3 down. We have 47 to go. The Flute Wizard, I'll toast to that. Love you, buddy. Let's get that exclusive content of you belting out those notes. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Peace and love. Thank you, Flute Wizard. Ma. Adam, it's not counting your super chats. Really? Hang on. Hang on. The super chats aren't being tallied by the goal feature. Let me take a look. We can always adjust. We can correct if it's not working. We can change, we can shape, we can sculpt. I was just complaining to my buddy Colton, my brother Colton, that this hype thing or whatever it's called, not the hype thing, the super chat thing is kind of stupid. How, yeah, what the hell? I will record me singing the entirety of Saying I was finally released on the channel. Why isn't it working? Okay, I'll fix it. Yeah, what the hell? Pick a goal. 50 super chats. Teal and higher for $5 for 1 hour. But I don't want to do 50 now. I want to do 47, but that's not an option. What the fuck? 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50? Where's 40? I guess let's do 30 then. We'll do 30 super chats because we've already subtracted a couple. You're actually getting bonus here. I'm getting screwed on this. Let's do 1 hour. I will sing. I will record a full rendition of St. Elmo's Fire and premiere it next live stream, along with making it available for Patreon YouTube join members. Unreal. All right, I'm starting the goal now. So $5 or higher. We'll see if it works at some point. Rob wants Bubba to keep count of the Teal super chats. Well, he doesn't have to because now we're down to only needing 30. Rose shot out of a cannon with $10. Let's see if it counted. Why is it that? Why the? Why isn't it counting? Are are the super chats broken? What is going on? The super chat counts toward. This super chat counts towards the creator's goal. What the fuck? Buy and send. So I'm buying my own super chat right now. Buy. Your card issuer declined your payment. I have the wrong card in. I'll just use PayPal. Oh my God, bro. $5 super chat from Adam. Does it? Oh, it did. Why did mine count? What is happening? What? We're on the board with mine. Oh, anyway. Let's get caught up. Rose asks for 10 powerful dollars. We still, to be at least we're still in the, it was supposed to be 50 to start, so we're technically at like 45 now, but whatever. Rose says, any movies coming up this fall season that you're looking forward to watching in the theaters? There's one coming up that some people already saw early, and I'm jealous, which is The Long Walk, the new God, I always say that. The new movie based on the Stephen King, not Steven Spielberg, the new Stephen King movie, The Long Walk. It's kind of a cross between Hunger Games and Speed. The book is older than both by quite a mile. It looks really intense. It looks really good. I was recently on the Raiders of the Lost podcast. A couple twins, well, just one set of twins. A couple guys, very cool dudes, very fun to talk to. We did like a 45-minute conversation on upcoming movies, and that was one of them. And they were saying that there was an article out how people's heart rate was going over 200, and I just thought, I don't want to have like a stroke watching the film, but that's pretty cool. That's an interesting way to hype a movie. People's chests were blowing up watching the film. Adam for $5 says, "What the fuck?" That was from me. Jack Mackerel 24 for $5. A beautiful $5 says, "Love the 2 collab episode of Raiders of the Lost podcast." Well, there you go. I was just talking about it. Would love to see more episodes with you and those guys. Yeah, I would love that too. I'd go back on there anytime they want. It was a blast. They came on my last live show. I thought that was very, very fun to watch too, and have a conversation. Let's see if this is caught up yet. I'm just checking my YouTube over here. Why is mine? So it only works when I super chat myself? Make it make sense. Someone explain to me how stupid I am that I can only get this to work for myself. It's still only counting one. The YouTube link with Patreon is flawed. I think it's the super chats have to be like clicked on the actual stupid white target thing. Yeah, if you click on the target and hit continue, because that's what I did to leave the super chat. That's what I had to do. That is so dumb, though. Why would you have to click on the bullseye? the YouTube link with Patreon is. Wait, what do we got here? I got. Why did you, Colton? Why did you send me that? I don't understand, Bubba. Sir, why did you send me that? Thank you. These aren't my. Thanks, Felicia. These are not my real prescription glasses. These are just readers because I'm freaking blind as a bat now. This is troubling though. This super chat thing. So that one worked. Jack Mackerel. Let me get back on my actual feed here. Jack Mackerel 24 for $5. Target test. This is only a test, and it worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Well, one of them's from me. So technically, we got 7 super chats, which does mean we're still under the 50 that was supposed to be required. But that's okay. Even if you don't hit that bullseye, we're keeping count. I have 7 tallied right now. I'm going to count my own as well. What a stupid thing. You have to click the bullseye. Should I leave a banner up? So here, let me make a banner. Edit. Click the bullseye for the super chat milestone to count. Exclamation marks. Save. We're going to scroll that across the bottom, just like that. Is that what you call that, a bullseye? I think that's a fine way to say it. It's really dumb, though. What a stupid feature. I had no idea you had to do it that way. Let me, you know what? Let me see if Tony's around from Hack the Movies. Because he does these things too. Tony, do you have to click the bullseye icon on YouTube Live milestones in order for it to count? People were leaving $5 super chats, but they didn't count towards the goal unless they did it via the bullseye. God damn, this is so dumb. Tony's live right now? Is he really? Why is he live? Is he doing the stupid alien recap video? Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Let me message in this stupid chat thing. Can I comment in here? Okay, I'm asking. Wait, they're leaving. Also, join my live stream. It's currently happening. Just an asshole. It was just good timing. Oh my God. What a disaster. Anyway, let's talk movies. That was good timing, though. Alien Earth is so stupid, it's depressing. I miss 1979. I know, I do too. I'm going to be watching Alien Earth, Alien Afterbirth, probably tomorrow morning sometime, so I can take notes and everything. Joe's Movie Talk. Hi, Adam. I recently started watching Sinners. I enjoyed everything up to the 90-minute mark. Did you like the vampire switch up? Not sure. I did. Sinners is, as of right now, Joe, my favorite film of 2025. Not that it's saying a whole lot. 2025 has been a pretty bad year for movies. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do agree with you that the pre-vampire stuff is not even really necessary because the movie is really great as kind of a mobster film. However, I really enjoyed all the different kind of genre switching they were doing. It's a musical at some points, it's an action thriller at some points, and then you have like the slow, meticulous burn of like a Godfather type movie at others. It was just a really unique, fresh, different style, which I liked. Christian movie nerd for $5. Did it count? Let's see if it counted before I go any further into this because I just want to really I really want to know. I want to put a pin in this. I guess put a pin in it would mean I would talk about it later. I don't want to talk about it later. I want to take the pin out. We're at 4. Okay, perfect. So they are working now. We figured it out. We cracked the code. Christian asks, "Sir, what are your thoughts on the rumor that Disney might be rebooting Indiana Jones?" I don't think might is even a question. Indiana Jones spent a lot of money to acquire Fox Studios properties, and they're going to use them. So it's not a question of why, it's a question of when. And I think that it's kind of a bummer because, again, I was just talking about this with the other guys. There's certain actors that just kind of define the role, and Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford as Han Solo. He's one of those guys. It's kind of like Bruce Willis as John McClane. There was rumors for years that they were going to make a John McClane prequel movie with a young John McClane as a cop. Gross. I think Indiana Jones should be left with Harrison Ford and Spielberg and Lucas. And we can make new globe-trotting, cave-spelunking movies. We did that with National Treasure. We did it with The Mummy. Then they tried to do it again with The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And I know The Mummy is more universal. That's not necessarily a Brendan Fraser thing. It's been going. But something like Indiana Jones feels special, and it feels like that should be contained. But again, I could be swayed if they had the right person, the right crew. It's just Disney's dropped the ball so many times, and a lot of these remakes have been terrible. I just don't see the point outside of making money off of the name. Thank you for the super chat. TM Martin, Esquire, shot out of a cannon with $10. Hi, Adam. What's your take on the upcoming live action Blade Runner 2099, starring Michelle Yeoh on Amazon Prime? It's set 50 years after 2049. Ridley involved, not Denis Villeneuve. I don't know. I like Blade Runner, obviously. I like Blade Runner 2049. Even though it's like 80 hours long, it was good. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Blade Runner 2099 outside of Amazon Prime has made a lot of bad series. So I don't really have any. It's kind of like the Disney Indiana Jones thing. They haven't earned any goodwill for me to be pumped about this. In fact, they've done the opposite. So like Rings of Power was miserable, and somehow that got a second season. I don't even know if anybody finished it. Harry Potter is coming to HBO Max. Everything about it looks mid, but we'll see when we get some actual footage. It just seems like they're just carbon copying the movies, but worse. I don't know, guys. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but a TV series on Blade Runner could work, should work, but it probably won't. So I'm not hyped at all. Maybe when they show some footage and we see the creative talent behind it, I'll be wowed. It's Denis. I don't know if you're new to this channel, Red Pilled Pants, but I don't pronounce things well. What was the Denis Villeneuve? Denis Villeneuve? You have to click the bullseye. Are people still not understanding this? I put the thing down there. Click the bullseye. Alien Earth 4 is out now. Did you watch it yet? Ha 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 ha. No, I did not. I'm saving it for the morning. I'm going to have my breakfast, sit down with some eggs and sausage, get my little notepad out. It's actually just my laptop. I hit play, and I'm just going to dive into the world of Alien. Get ready. I should point out, I put out put a little post earlier today on the community tab. I think they call it posts now. YouTube likes to change the names constantly to screw with people. But I put out a list of upcoming videos I'm pretty excited about. We have a review coming out for The Roses. I'm seeing that tomorrow night. They had like an early access event at AMC, so I'm checking it out there. And then I will have a review for that new, is it Tom Butler? What's that guy's name? Is it Tom Butler? That doesn't sound right. Who's that Butler? It's not Tom Butler. What's that dude's name? What's that fucking movie called? Oh, I don't have my phone. I'm using my phone. Upcoming movies. What is that called? Someone will know in the comments before I even look it up. What's that Butler guy's name? Austin Butler. Is that what it is? Why doesn't that sound right? Austin Butler. It is Austin Butler. Caught Stealing. I'm going to that one with Austin Butler, the son or the brother, of course, of Tom Butler, or whatever the fuck I said. That looks fun. That looks like a good time. So I'll have a review for that out late this week as well, because I'm seeing The Roses tomorrow night. I'm seeing Caught Stealing on Thursday, really late at like a 9:45. It's really late for me because that means it doesn't start till 10. The movie's an hour and 45 minutes long. It's over at like 11 something. I'm home at like midnight. And then I'll have a recap for Alien Earth episode 4, episode hopefully not Snore, and I will have a recap for Peacemaker episode 2. Hoping for good things this season. Let's see if James Gunn can deliver. And then at the end of the month, I'm actually going to hit it on time for once. I'm going to do my second month in a row, the best and worst movies I saw for the entirety of August. And you better believe that gets all the way back to Ice Cube's masterwork, War of the Worlds 2025. It's going to be a fun list of good and bad. We have a Watso $5 super chat for the peasants. That's what he says. Thank you, Watso. And Rose for another one, $5 for your goal tonight. Thank you, Rose. Rose killing it with the super chats. I am enjoying Peacemaker. So am I. The one episode I watched, I enjoyed. Although the intro, such a bummer that they couldn't knock it out of the park with the intro song again. Did you see Critical Drinker's hilarious take on War of the Worlds? I did not. Don't watch Critical Drinker, but I don't really watch any movie critic outside of myself, of course. More worst flicks than good ones, I think is what she meant. More worst flicks than good ones. Possibly. Do you guys want to know the count? Let me see. Let's see the count. YouTube Studio. Content. So in August so far, I'm going to do pros and cons off my fingers. Eden, good. Naja 2, English release, good. Americana, I would put on good. Nobody 2, good. I'm only doing good or bad. There's no like amazing or terrible. So far, we're 4, good. Weapons, good. The Pickup, bad. East of Wall, bad. War of the Worlds, bad. Together. Did Together come out in August, though? Together release date. No, Together came out July 30th. I saw it in August. but it's technically a July release, so I don't know. Well, when did the War of the Worlds come out? We might have to fudge some numbers here. Shit, War of the Worlds came out July 30th also. Ah, that should have been on my last one, but I didn't see it until... It's going to have to be what I saw in August. How about that? Can we just agree that that's the fair thing to do? Honestly, this was a great month then. August was solid. 2 movies that sucked. I'm sorry, 1 movie that sucked. East of Wall was just like, bleh. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. And then The Pickup was trash. So 2 terrible movies, a bad movie, and then 4 or 5, maybe 6 good ones. I'll take it. I'll take it. Watso, with maybe the most important question, not only of the night, but of the century. What's your favorite apple fruit or your least favorite apple vari, short for variety? That's a great question. I'm not like a massive apple guy. I prefer apple with some caramel on it. You get me one of those platters you can find at the grocery store that has the little apple slices with the caramel in the middle. And then you got some broccoli over here and some ranch and maybe some bullshit carrot sticks that I don't want to deal with. I will fucking destroy that tray of apples with the caramel. I will destroy the broccoli with the ranch. That stuff's gone. I have to back away and make sure other people can get access to the tray. As far as the type of apple, I've always been a solid Honeycrisp guy. Give me a good Honeycrisp. That's where I like to live. If I have to have an apple, I'm more of like a easier, more accessible fruit eater, like a strawberry, like grapes, little cantaloupe, things that I don't have to like peel apart or bite into a hard exterior. That's where I'm more comfortable. But yeah, I would say the Honeycrisp is my favorite. As far as the negative, I don't. What are the green apples called? I'm not huge on the green apple. They have a name. What are green apples called? Granny Smith. Yeah, fuck Granny Smith. I don't need a Granny Smith apple ever in my life. There's no reason for green apples to exist. And quite frankly, it seems off-brand for an apple. Scott Boundy for $2. Thank you, Scott. Chris Pratt will be young Indy. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong. Pratt's too old now. Chris Pratt's like my age. We're old as shit. Oh, he's older than me. He's 46. This guy's basically dead. Zero chance he's Indiana Jones. If you would have said it maybe 10 years ago, I'd say, yeah. They're going to go younger for Indy because they want to make the property last as long as they can. Look what they're doing with all of these franchises. Even, I'm hearing James Bond, they want to skew quite a bit younger so they can use the actor longer. Christian for another $5. Thank you, Christian. How is your recouping coming along from when you moved? Did you get to replace all your TVs and other lost items? It's really funny you bring that up. We just talked about that today. I went to Costco with the wife and kids. That's always a terrible experience. But while we were there, we saw this gorgeous, like ridiculously huge like $1,500 TV. And I was like, I want to go to there, but we don't have that money lying around. And then I thought, you know what? It's been this like fictitious 90 days that they said they had to track down my stuff and make good on it. I need to email them because I have not heard shit from that company. For all I know, they packed up and they're no longer in existence. But thank you for bringing it up, Christian Movie Nerd. That's going to be on my to-do list tomorrow, emailing and calling and harassing these people. Because for those of you that don't know, when I moved back to Minnesota, the moving company that moved us across the country put all our shit on a semi truck. It cost me upwards of, I think, $15,000 or $16,000 to do this. Money I just have pouring in, of course, from YouTube. And we unwrapped the TV like it's Christmas morning, my TV, which was only about 2 years old. Massive TV, my pride and joy. And huge crack on the side. TV's completely ruined. One box of merchandise that I should have put in my fucking car, and I kill myself every day about it. mysteriously up and vanished. And it just happened to be the box that contained my PlayStation 5 disc edition and printer, keyboard to a Mac, power cord to our big Mac computer. So that's useless. Yeah, just all around great. A couple $1,000s inside of a box that just happened to go missing. No, we have not recouped that loss yet. But the good news is, if I ever wanted to buy another PlayStation 5, those prices just went up $50 a piece. Winning. We're all winning. Our Johnny Cuddy for $5. Thank you. Missed the 90s. Recently saw a list of 1995 releases. Oh, it's so sad, isn't it? Die Hard 3, 7, Toy Story, Apollo 13, Crimson Tide, Heat, Jumanji, Braveheart, all hold up still. They do. You look at a list from like 93 to 2000, whatever, 2003, you take that decade, it is such a good lineup of movies. Year after year, there's bangers. I mean, Jurassic Park and Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction and oh my god, Schindler's List. Like, a lot of those movies came out within the same 2 or 3 years as well. It's just such a amazing period of films those 90s were. The Flute Wizard is back for $5. Thank you, Flute. Love to do something with you in the future. Here's more green. You always deliver. There was a Goonies anniversary screening at my local spot. Worth it. Hey, you guys. Yeah, that's another one that's getting the sequel treatment. We got a Goonies requel coming out, or it's in the works. Folks, I'm sure you all know this that have been watching me on the live streams for a while, but if you're not watching live and you see this later, like a lot of people will, if you know anyone that's in the movie industry that has the ear of someone working at Disney or Amazon or Netflix or one of these companies that makes movies, please pass the information my way, because I'm sitting on a script that's been completed now for months. And I have exhausted any avenue I have, which is very little, mind you, to get the script, the pitch deck, and the pitch video, which I shot, out to anyone. My next, I guess, approach would have to be fan funding and shoot either the whole damn thing myself or shoot maybe just a demo of what I'm thinking for a few minutes and then try to pitch that. But again, you still have to like know someone and have an in somewhere. You can't just Google how to pitch a movie to a Disney executive, or Google will just say fuck off. You need to know someone. They don't take solicitors. Anyway, just an aside, because I was a little bummed out. I have this script that I'm really proud of, and you brought up Goonies, and this movie is kind of Goonies adjacent in terms of the feel and the style. And then Disney came out like a couple days ago saying they're having a hard time finding movies that appeal to young boys and young men. They're getting that demographic back. And that's my script. But anyway, I digress. Nick for $5. Thank you, Nick. The Mask 4K is coming out next month. Smoking! Its director is in talks with Carrie and Diaz for a sequel, but would rather see a sequel to Liar Liar. Thoughts? Well, there is a sequel to The Mask. It's called Son of the Mask. Critically acclaimed. Sorry, I couldn't even get through that Jamie Kennedy movie. I never saw Son of the Mask. It looked so bad, I couldn't do it. I really enjoyed the first one. It's a fun time. It holds up really well because it's got this cartoonish Roger Rabbit-esque animation style. Jim Carrey is perfect for the role. I would be very hesitant to see him back as the Mask in 2026 or 2027. He's pretty old. Yeah, Jim Carrey's no spring chicken. Not saying he can't do it, but he really doesn't do a lot of movies anymore. He does the Sonic films, I think, because they're easy and he likes the crew. But outside of that, I don't think it's in him anymore to really go down the movie avenue. He's kind of checked out. He's what the term woke used to mean when it had any sort of meaning. He truly became woke. His eyes were open to the industry, just the world in general, and how people are propped up for all the wrong reasons. he realized the cogs in the machine and what really made it run, and he was over it. I mean, if you watched him in interviews, people thought he was doing a shtick for a while because he's like, "Who cares what I say? I'm nothing. I'm a speck of stardust on this planet, on this rock. We're just visitors here for a insignificant amount of time, and in 100 years, I'll be completely meaningless, and no one will remember me." Like, he's not wrong about really any of it. Um, I just think he's kind of over all the bullshit, and yeah, if you could get him to do a mask too, it would be interesting. I just don't know if it would be the same Jim Carrey we grew up with anymore. As for Liar Liar 2, feels unnecessary. Seems like a sequel that doesn't need to exist. I really enjoy Liar Liar. You know, that's kind of like his, he's still goofy and zany in that, but that feels like some of those movies that he did felt less so. Like on one side, you have the Farley brothers types of films, like Me, Myself, and Irene, and then you have like the Ben Stiller stuff with the Cable Guy. But then over here, you had kind of the tamer Jim Carrey, who's still silly with Liar Liar and The Yes Man and Bruce Almighty. Those felt like more family style Jim Carrey movies. I was more into the like more inappropriate, gross out, over the top Jim Carrey movies. Still enjoying both though. Troy the Cream McClure, my boy works at Amazon. He's one of those dudes forced to piss in a bottle as a bathroom break. I will mention your script to him, fingers crossed. Thanks, Troy. I appreciate that. Dumb and Dumber. Oh, I'm sorry. Dumb and Dumber 2 was rough. Yeah, God, that's an understatement. I hated that movie. Adam does movies greater than honestly trailers. I think he meant honest trailers, unless honestly trailers is a thing as well. It probably is. Is honest trailers still going? God, I remember them from like 15 years ago. I suppose they were great. Dumb and Dumber 2 was hard to like. It was very hard to like, Joe. Very hard. Carrie and Sandler were at their peak with movies about fart jokes. There was always a little bit of that. Wait, so you're gonna answer my question about Peacemaker? I don't know if you're referring to me or someone else in the chat. I don't know what the question is. Honest movie trailers. Yeah. I think honestly movie trailers would be fine too. That probably exists. Bubba says 17 super chats are in of the 50. We're a long ways away. I'm counting the $10 at two, but up to Adam. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it was a very bold thing to hit in an hour. $55 super chats. I enjoyed your collaboration with the twins on the podcast. Yeah, that was fun. I had a great time doing that. I wish I had, I wish I could do something like that, like a weekly podcast, movie news breakdown thing. And I had someone, if I had a twin brother that I could bounce, jokes and news topics off of, that would be great. It's just really hard to find that type of person. Watso for $5 again. I don't like St. Elmo's Fire film really, but I do enjoy Adam's parody sing of Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park. This would be fun. Yes, those are gems. Thank you. Our Johnny Cuddy for $5, a beautiful super chat. Watched the Denzel Spike Lee movie Highest to Lowest yesterday in the movie theater. Disappointing, unfortunately, felt like a play, not cinematic. Damn, I heard kind of bad things about that movie. Your wife, large font. Uh, yeah, I guess. I guess that would work. The challenge with anyone, my wife included, is this is not a podcast setup. I have a screen and a computer on a laptop sitting on top of a bunch of boxes, like plastic containers. I would have to set up like an entirely different thing for a two-person in-person sort of a setup. And I've tried doing the podcast stuff in the past. It just doesn't. I'm not organized enough or have enough time to like put together all the movie news articles and like search out what would be worth doing. They run a really tight, good ship over there, and I was impressed. I was really impressed with those guys. Christian movie nerd for $5. It's Saturday morning in the '80s. Ooh, I should have done it like a. It's Saturday morning in the '80s. What are you eating for breakfast, and what cartoons are you watching? In the '80s, well, the '80s I wasn't very old, really old enough to appreciate what I was watching. I was born in '82. So I was only like, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old when the '80s was over. '90s would be more my bread and butter, but I was so Saturday morning. I don't know if X-Men was on Saturday or Sunday. I think they were on Sunday though, because I remember, unless my parents just I grew up Catholic. I'm not Catholic anymore. I'm nothing. I'm a insignificant speck of grain. But most of my family's Catholic, so I had to go to Catholic school and church for many. I shouldn't say many years. I went through elementary school, Catholic school, but we would go to church and do that whole game, and it was really frustrating because X-Men and a few other animated shows were on. And again, it could have been Saturday morning church we went to, but I was so pissed because it would always interfere with X-Men new episodes, and that was my jam. Oh my god. As far as the cereal, oh, I'm sorry, you said what am I eating for breakfast? It would have been cereal. Probably would have been Lucky Charms back in the 90s. You said 80s, but I'm going to go with 90s. Lucky Charms was my go-to. As I got older and more refined, I was a a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cereal guy. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cereal is so fucking good, especially when you fill that bish to the top with milk. Oh my god. The fact that it's not GF, gluten free, because I have celiac, so I can't have that evil gluten anymore, it kills me. It is probably the outside of a nice chocolate donut, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cereal, it kills me to no end that I can't have it anymore. And Reese's really needs to get off their shit and figure out how to make a gluten-free alternative. Because Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are GF, you know? Other '80s shows, I watched the Spider-Man animated show. I watched Batman, the animated series. There's a lot of good stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated show, was freaking amazing. That might have been, was that late '80s? When did the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show come out? That was '87 was the Ninja Turtles TV show. So I was watching that cartoon pretty religiously. Fruity Pebbles is really good. I also really like. I can't eat any of these anymore, but I really like Fruity Pebbles. I really liked. Oh God, what is the Golden Grams? Golden Grams is solid. I even was a Kix kid. I liked Kix. The boring ass little yellowish orange puffs. That shit was good. I was big into Raisin Bran, specifically Raisin Bran Crunch. When the Crunch came out, I was all about it. God, I miss cereal. I really miss it. We have some gluten-free crap, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. See, Cocoa Pebbles, not so much. It was too chocolatey for me. I don't want that much chocolate. I even liked, I don't know if they were called frosted mini wheats. I like frosted mini wheats too. Flute Wizard's back for $5. Adam works hard. We need to hear him belt out those notes. Maybe blend my flute playing with his St. Elmo's Fire and create a soundscape for the ages. Troy the Cream McClure for $5. Thank you, Troy. Pitching in for the randomness of St. Elmo's Fire. Didn't see that coming. What's your thoughts on the Big Chill? Banging ass soundtrack, good enough film. I haven't seen the Big Chill in many a years. I'm sorry. Let me see what the soundtrack is. The Big Chill soundtrack. I mean, that came out in the early 90s. Oh no, it came out early 80s. Jesus. I heard it through the grapevine. Is this You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman? Okay. My Girl by the Temptations. Good Lovin', Ain't Too Yeah, this is a really good. This is a great soundtrack. What was I wasn't even thinking of the right movie. I was thinking of the big something else. Was it the Big Hit? Is that a movie? I was thinking of the Big Hit. That was 1998. That was not even remotely the same movie. Did you ever use chocolate milk in your cereal? No, that's just Jason. That's serial killer behavior, sir. No, we can't go that chocolatey over here. That's madness. As a little kid, I love Lucky Charms. It's a television commercial with all these little kids going after the leprechaun for the Lucky Charms. Patty O'Brien. Scotland Yard would love to get their hands on that piece of evidence. Yeah, they're always after me Lucky Charms. 'Twas great and watched Primitive War. Primitive War was playing nowhere for me. It shows up as having screenings on my AMC app. I click on it. No, nothing showing any day of the week. It must have played like maybe 2 days in a row, and that was it. Did anybody watch Johnny Quest? No, but I did watch the show I did watch a show that was kind of parodying it, which was the Venture Brothers. The Venture Brothers was the shit. That show was great. I eventually fell off of it after I think 3 seasons because it just took so long for it to come out. But I really dug the Venture Brothers. Christian's back. Okay, 90s kid, Nintendo or Sega? Who's winning that console war in your opinion? Well, we know the answer in hindsight, but I was a Sega kid. Brought this gem out before. Sega! I got my Sega Saturn. I'm one of 4 people that owns a Sega Saturn. Over, yeah, you can't see because of the thing in the way. Over there, that is a Sega Dreamcast at the bottom. And then we got the mini of the Super Nintendo and the mini of the Nintendo. You got the Super Nintendo right here. The mini guy. His name? Mini-Me. What's inside the Sega Saturn? Pray tell? Saturn Bomberman. One of the greatest games ever crafted. Nobody played it but me. And my buddies. My kids have played it too, actually. We hooked this up like 4 years ago and had a good time. I have the adapter for this bish, and the adapter allows up to, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6 additional players. So if you have a total of 8 controllers, or 7, I guess 7 controllers. You can plug 6 of the controllers into the slot dongle adapter, and then the player 1 gets to play. So there's up to 7 players in Saturn Bomberman. It was amazing. It was truly a time to be alive. And that's all on one TV, by the way. That's not some new fandangled Wi-Fi internet stuff. This is pre-internet. This is primitive war over here. What was the question? Oh, so I had the Sega Genesis, I had the Saturn, I had the Dreamcast. I was ride or die with Sega, and inevitably I did die. I always back the underdog. I did the same thing with HD DVD player. We know how that turned out with HD DVD. As in the 90s, I liked Sega. I liked Sonic. I liked Quackshot when it came out at launch. Even though that game pissed me off to no end, I still played it and liked it. Streets of Rage was my jam. Streets of Rage 2 being the best. There was some good stuff on there. Nintendo was the better of the systems. I know that now. I did eventually buy a Super Nintendo. I did buy a Nintendo 64 at some point. PlayStation was the only system that I just did not like, the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2. It wasn't until 3 that I jumped on and became a Sony pony. Seth Foster for $5. Thank you, Seth. Watched True Lies recently. Damn, what an insane action film. It can rival T2 action-wise, but its backstory isn't as intriguing. Paxton was hilarious. Yes, I love True Lies. Here's my invitation. Boom. The movie is awesome. Tons of great action set pieces, including the intro where he's riding a motorcycle through a hotel, flies off of it into the pool. Bill Paxton has this hilarious side story that completely changes the plot of the film in the middle, where we go on this like side quest where Arnold's character sets him up in an interrogation room. It's just all good. I love that movie. I'm glad you saw it. Watso for $5 again. Thank you, Watso. Let's be real. NES and then Sega Genesis. It's like graduation. It was weird. Nintendo and Genesis all had their pros and cons, of course, and it was a game-to-game sort of situation. But what was so bizarre about it is Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat, well, I guess 1 through 3. Maybe they changed it with 3. I don't know. But the first 2 for sure. Superior on the Genesis because they wouldn't allow blood in the Nintendo versions. This is SNES, I should say, in Genesis. You had to go into options and change the color of sweat to red in order to get kind of a blood look, whereas Genesis was like, we're all in on the blood. Aladdin for the Genesis, far superior to the Super Nintendo counterpart. They're completely different games. I don't know why. Nintendo didn't want to have Aladdin killing with a sword, I guess. Genesis is like, fuck it, he's killing. So Aladdin's just tossing apples in the Super Nintendo version. But then you have all the other ones like Lion King, same in both system with minor differences. Super Nintendo's always better when it comes to the one-to-one type games because it has better graphics. The sound was a little better. Yeah, there's pros and cons. It's kind of a game-to-game basis. But I was, of course, a Genesis guy. Jack Mackerel, 24 for $5. Thank you, Jack. Yes, Dreamcast, that's when I quit video games. Code Veronica, I realized I can never play video games again. I get sucked in and they destroy my life. I hear you. I'm very much a completionist. So I really don't play anything these days other than Fortnite, because it's just kind of like pick up stupid, get some of the unlockables and walk away. I did recently go through and trophy platinum God of War Ragnarok. I foolishly bought it when it came out, and then I just never touched it. I got busy. But I spent a stupid amount of time platinum that game, and I thought to myself, what am I doing with my life? I need to just walk away and focus on, like getting my family out of debt and securing like a future for my kids. So that's what I've started to focus on more. But yes, Dreamcast was great. They had some freaking banger games. Soul Calibur was my jam. Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 1 and 2, forget about it. A beautiful $10 super chat from G-Bags. Hi, Adam. I saw The Order on Amazon Prime the other day, and I thought it was a great crime thriller film. What other crime mystery films should I check out that are similar? What is the order? I've never heard of this. 2024 came out. I missed this one. I don't even know what that is. If you're looking for some action thrillers that you've never seen before, I'm trying to steer away from the big dogs. I really like The Score with Robert De Niro and Edward Norton. Nice little crime thriller film. I don't want to give much away, but they are pitted against each other and they're kind of forced to work together to get this job, this score done. Great movie. Another heist. There's a movie called The Inside Man with I think Clive Owen. There's other people in that one. The Inside Man movie. Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, Jodie Foster, Chiwetel, I can never say his last name, Christopher Plummer, Willem Dafoe. I mean, you got a who's who of actors in Inside Man. That's a good little movie. I enjoy that one. Other thrillers that are maybe a little less popular. There's one with Danny DeVito. Is it called The Heist? I think it's called The Heist, but I could be completely wrong. It's not The Heist. I don't know what that movie is. That looks terrible. Forget that. Let me look up Danny DeVito heist film. It's like him and Gene Hackman, I think. It's called Heist. Okay, there's The Heist, and then there's Heist. I remember Heist being pretty solid. Again, not a super popular movie, but I'm just trying to think of movies you maybe didn't see in that genre. I mean, if I'm going to go to like the mainstream, obviously Heat would be the one that most people would reference right away. Wayne Edwards for $10. Thank you, Wayne. Hello. I think you are hilarious. Also, quite on point in regards to your movie reviews. Keep up the amazing work, sir. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. Enemy of the State with Gene Hackman. Yeah, that's a Gene Hackman Will Smith vehicle. That is a good one. I do enjoy that movie. It's less of a heist film to me and more of just kind of like a long chase scene. Yes, young Jack Black is in Enemy of the State. He's the van guy. He's the computer van guy. Isn't Seth Green in that too? I think it's Seth Green and Jack Black are the van dudes, but maybe not. Enemy of the State cast. John Voight's in that? Lisa Bonet? Yeah, Seth Green is in that. Huh, what do you know? Huh. Adam, my wife and I's favorite movie is Princess Bride. Is there a better sword fight in film history? Princess Bride is great. A lot of people might not know this, but I just watched The Princess Bride for the first time. I want to say it was 2 years ago. And I know upon hearing that, you're probably like, inconceivable! But it's true. It's true. I watched it for the first time with my family and we all quite enjoyed it. So, and as far as is there a better sword fight, there's a really good sword fight. I'm not saying better, but there's a really good sword fight in The Count of Monte Cristo with that guy that plays Jesus in the Passion of Christ movies, Jim Caviezel. And I think is it Guy Pearce is the villain? Count of Monte Cristo, slept on by a lot of folks. Really good movie. Really solid movie. What do you think of A Clockwork Orange? It's a solid film. I prefer The Shining, but Clockwork Orange is it's good. I'm just more of a I mean, it's two different movies, right? You have the disturbing intro to these assholes as they're pillaging and plundering and doing some unspeakable things to women, and then you have the rehabilitation and then the using of the person. It's got a lot going on. I'm a fan of the movie, but it's been many years since I've seen it. I just remember thinking, wow, this is fascinating and a lot different than anything else I've seen in some time. It's I mean, I like almost all of Stanley Kubrick's stuff. Jack Mackerel for $5. Thank you, Jack. Hot take alert. When I saw the Odyssey trailer, wah wah trombones went off in my head. Only interested in seeing Tom Holland in To Be Continued. Is that like the? Is that what you mean by trombones? Watso MD, $5. My Last Dance. Damn, damn. Did uh, did Jack leave me on a cliffhanger? Oh, wait a second. Okay. Hot take alert. When I saw the Odyssey trailer, wah wah trombones went off in my head. Only interested in seeing Tom Holland in Spider Man movies and John Bernthal in Walking Dead reruns. Were you feeling it at all? Well, it showed almost nothing. I think when you have a person like Christopher Nolan, who's as well known as he is now, he's on the same level as far as Spielberg in terms of name recognition. You don't have to do much in the trailer. So it just kind of had a couple, at least the trailer I saw was a teaser. It really showed, it didn't show shit. It was like big shots of the ocean, IMAX screen visuals, couple cast members here and there, but I got nothing out of the trailer. It didn't elicit any sort of emotion at all for me, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure it's going to be a banger. I don't necessarily disagree with you on Tom Holland. Everything I've seen him in outside of Spider Man has been meh. I couldn't even get 10 minutes into that one with him and Daisy Ridley. It was just atrocious. I don't remember what it was called. I don't care to look it up. And then him as Nathan Drake was the biggest miscast I've ever seen in my life, outside of maybe the Ellie girl on The Last of Us. Also terrible casting. Oh, as far as John Bernthal, I like him. I've seen him in a few things, and he's solid. I really enjoy him. He's the Punisher in the Daredevil series. He was in Wolf of Wall Street. He had a small role. I see him just like randomly pop up here and there, and he's always solid. Adam does movies. What's the best technically well-made movie that completely bored you and sadly couldn't say it's a great film? I have a pretty easy answer for that. It's called Munich. It was directed by Spielberg. It won tons of awards, glowing accommodations. Let's see, what is Munich? Munich Rotten Tomatoes. I'm guessing it's like high 90s. Oh, actually it's 79%. I expected it to be way higher than that. I'm pretty sure it won awards. Am I just making everything up? Munich Awards. Munich. Oh. Was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. I don't know how many it won, but in either case, it was up for a lot of awards, and I just found that movie to be so freaking boring. I mean, I watched it when I was a lot younger. I was probably only in my early 20s when I saw that film. Maybe it was just a bad day catching me watching it on TV, but I remember thinking, God, this movie's so slow. Did I miss this one? I think I missed Sugar Rush Times 2030 for $4.99. Thank you, Sugar Rush Times. I know you're outrageously busy, but are you going to review Primitive War while still in theaters? I can't find it. I cannot find it playing at any theater by me ever. So, no, I wanted to go see it. but it's probably going to be something I have to watch and rent or watch when it comes out to streaming. Inevitably, to be fair, it's probably going to come out in like 2 weeks on streaming. Nick for $5. Was there ever an up and coming actor that really blew up at first, but then later faded away that you wish didn't go that route? My example, Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan. Oh, Crocodile Dundee. Why? Yeah, I was like, I know that name. I was thinking of like Logan Paul, the douchebag. I was thinking of Logan Paul. There's Paul Hogan, Logan Paul. Hey, you see Liam Neeson, Leslie Nielsen. It was kind of one of those things. Yeah, he really didn't do anything outside of like Flipper and Crocodile Dundee. That's too bad. For me, I always thought Alicia Kubert was a smoke show in The Girl Next Door. She kind of fell off after a couple seasons of 24. Didn't see her in much. Edward Norton's a huge star, but he had many, many years where his star just kind of faltered and he didn't do shit. And that always bummed me out because I always liked Edward Norton. Apparently he's pretty difficult to work with, but who knows if that's true or whatnot. But he's fine now. He's doing some stuff, but I always really liked him after Fight Club. Actors that just kind of fell away. I didn't really care for Chris O'Donnell. They tried to make him a thing. That didn't work out. I have to think on it for a little bit. I know there's some. I just watched a movie actually where like, what happened to this person? Now I can't remember who it was. If I think of any more, I'll come back to the question. I'm sorry I don't have anything off the top of my noodle. Brad Pitt in over 100 movies? That's wild. He's been doing it for a long time. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. He has a lot of bit roles in films too. You know, he's gonna get He probably gets a credit for being in Deadpool 2, his 3-second cameo. He's in Thelma and Louise. He's in a lot of like he has a lot of little bit parts in movies. His cameos. Luke for $5. Sir, thank you for your infinite wisdom and insights. Thank you, Luke. Justin Russell for $5. Thank you, Justin. Watch the Line of Duty series. It's a highly rated British crime drama. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Well, you heard it from Justin. Watch Line of Duty, the series. We got to be well over our milestone time, aren't we? I didn't even look. Let me look. It's probably ended. What did we get? Milestone was at 28 of 30. Wait, we have two. How come it's not over though? Oh, Emile Hirsch, that's a great pick. Emile Hirsch is another one. He was in, of course, Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer. Viciously destroyed by critics for no reason. They're idiots. That was a great movie. And he was in, oh, I'm gonna forget the title of it. It's based on a book. I think it was based on a true story. And it was directed by Sean Penn. Into the Wild, I believe it was called. And that was a good movie. You clearly cleared the goal. Okay, we cleared the goal. With 36 super chats. Oh, we destroyed it. Okay, well, you know what? That's great news then. We did it. I didn't really, prepare a celebration. Let me see if I can do something here. Yay! Dun 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 dun. So I guess I have to make a note to record St. Elmo's Fire and premiere it on the next live stream. And if you are if you're a Patreon at any tier, you know what you should do? There's 93 people watching live right now. If you're not on patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies, you can join there for free as a free member. You don't have to pay anything because occasionally every month I give a free thing out. I actually have a vlog I'm doing right now. It's only like a 2.5 minute vlog, but I put out a vlog every month, and this month or going into September, I was going to make a free one for people to just see what I do with those. I will make the song St. Elmo's Fire free for Patreon members, and I will make it free for YouTube join members at any tier. And of course, it will premiere on the live stream as well, so everybody can see it. It's just going to be more accessible if you have those accounts. Adam's sound effects greater than Jurassic Park sequels. Well, I mean, thanks, but also the Jurassic, Park sequels are terrible, so it's not really saying much. But I appreciate that either way. New War of Roses coming out. Do you like the '89 version with Douglas and Turner? I have never seen the original. I don't know if it's the original even. Yeah, I'm excited for the new one. The Roses, it's called. That's next on my review list. I'm going to that tomorrow night, so expect a review Thursday at some point. Adam Does Movies. Who are your favorite artists and bands? Okay, hang on. We are in an hour and 16 minutes so far. It's getting a little on the later side, so we are going to do. You know what I'm going to do here? It'll be easier. Start another goal. We're going to set the timer for 15 minutes. We're going to do $2 or higher. And we're going to do 10 super chats. I will go for an additional 20 minutes. Start goal. Okay. So that'll keep us honest. 15 minutes on the clock, and then I have a hard out, or I guess it could be a soft out if we hit that milestone of 15. Okay. War of the Roses was a bummer. Has anyone mentioned Sam Worthington? Sam Worthington's in those fucking Avatar movies. He's making money. He's making a ton of money off of those. He's not. I never thought he was a good actor. I never thought he was a great actor, but he's making a lot of money off those Avatar movies. Have you seen Edward Norton in Death to Smoochie? I have. That was a fun, dark comedy with Edward Norton and Robin Williams, where he's basically Barney, but they go by Smoochie. Greg had the hard-hitting question. Adam, who are your favorite artists and bands? I like a lot of different artists and bands spanning most genres. I'm not huge on country, but you can convince me once in a while to listen and like some country. I think Garth Brooks is pretty universally liked. For me, in the emo genre, I always go with Jimmy Eat World. Jimmy Eat World is a favorite of mine. They've put out a lot of great albums over the years. All American Rejects have some really, really strong albums as well. I'm bummed out they haven't really done anything in like over a decade or like 15 years or so. It's been a stupid amount of time, but I was always a big fan of All American Rejects. Billy Talent, I think, is a hidden gem in the rock community. They're from Canada. They put out some banger hits. If we're going more mainstream, I do love Metallica. I always have. Megadeth is solid. Tool is great. I think Chevelle is even better than Tool, honestly, because I like the more mainstream sound of Chevelle. Get in and out with a 3-minute song that has a good melody. As if we're going like older stuff, I mean, listen, I grew up with my father listening to all the classics. We got Journey, we got REO Speedwagon, we got Styx, Little Mr. Roboto. I mean, if you want hair metal bands, I got a lot of those too. Dokken, we got like I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Californication was a great freaking album. I really liked Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication. But yeah, I guess if you would ask me my favorite band of all time, I would probably say Jimmy Eat World. They got me through some tough times. I really like those guys. I've seen them in concert when they were in when they were in Arizona because I was living there at the time, and that's where they're from. And that was a 2.5 hour concert to end their tour. Best concert I've ever been to. I also love Linkin Park. I've mentioned Linkin Park many times on this channel. I do a lot of renditions. I'm happy they're back. I like the new singer, Emily Solid. Is it Emily? Emily Armstrong, I think. Really good. Obviously not Chester, but that's okay. New generation. Lid for $2. Thank you. I love the wink story behind it. Thank you. I assume you're talking about the wink at the intro. There's no story. I just, I was. If you want the story about, there's no reason why I did it outside of it. I thought it'd be funny. The wink in the original, where I'm sitting, I was in Kiowa Island in South Carolina. My daughter worked at the Ben and Jerry's over there. And so I would drive her to work. It's an hour to get to the Kiowa Island area. And I would work at this, it was a gas station there, but it wasn't really like your normal gas station. They had a full like little restaurant thing in there and some nice areas to work. So I would work in the corner. And so I propped my phone up next to the computer and I just looked over and winked. I thought it would be funny. That's the story behind it. I was bored and I was coming up with an intro and I needed like one additional shot to get me in there a little bit in the intro. Jack Mackerel for $2. If you put up a target, I'm Costner in Robin Hood. He does not miss. God, I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time. Alan is Alan Rickman the villain in Robin Hood? Robin Hood 90s movie. Is it Alan Rickman? Christian Slater in that one too? Like Friar Tuck or some shit? Morgan Freeman's in that. Christian Slater is in it. Alan Rickman. Okay, Alan Rickman is the villain. Yeah, nice. Christian Slater plays Will Scarlet. Michael McShane is Friar Tuck. That makes more sense. Is that movie any good? I saw it in the 90s when I was much younger. I only watched it for the Bryan Adams song. Everything I do, I fucking do it for you. Friar fuck. I was gonna bring it up. It's not as good as Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights, classic. That's Carrie Ools. He's Robin Hood. The Cream McClure for $2. Thank you, Troy. I'm splitting that arrow like Gary L's. Yeah, they're in tights. Kevin Costner tried a British accent. It didn't work, so they told him to scrap it. I believe that. 100% believe that. The porn mag for the blind guy is hilarious. Yep. God, that movie's funny. I should rewatch that too. I want to. Connor really liked The Naked Gun, the original. We have to watch the other two, and then obviously the new movie when it comes to streaming. But I'd like to get him more into like Robin Hood Men in Tights as well. He has seen Hot Shots. He has not seen Part Deux. We got to watch that. But I feel like if he's gonna watch Robin Hood Men in Tights, he really has to see the Costner version first to appreciate it. Jack Mackerel, honestly, I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Crazy. There's a lot of movies I still have to watch. This makes me sad. This comment makes me sad. Will you do more anime reviews such as K-pop Demon Hunter and Solo Leveling? It makes me sad because I did a review for K-pop Demon Hunter And like all animated movie reviews I do, nobody watches them. I mean, I think that review got like 10,000 views. But it's K-pop Demon Hunter. The movie has been blowing up. So that video should have done far better. And I reviewed it weeks ago. I reviewed it July 20th. It stands at 11,414 views. Mm. I'll look at something here. Worst 80s earworm song that you can't stand. What year did We Built This City come out? 1985. Yeah. Yeah, We Built This City by Starship. We built this city. Dan, dan. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. No. No. Best 80s earworm song that you absolutely love. Okay. When did the Pointer Sisters? This might not be 80s though. Neutron Dance. 1983. I keep burning, doing the neutron dance. I keep burning, doing the neutron dance. That song is so freaking good. And it's hard to say. Anything by the Pointer Sisters is a jam, though. That's they're gonna copyright claim you for that rendition. I keep burning, doing the neutron dance. Oh my god. Oh, talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Dun, 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 dun. Talk dirty to me. Yeah, I don't like that song. This is a jam for all the fellas trying to do what those ladies tell you. I love that song too. Okay, Smarty, going to a party. Who sings that? You want Bust a Move. You got it. Young MC. She's dressed in yellow. She says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fella. I want you guys to hear something that's fucked up. I'm going to be incredibly transparent with you right now. More transparent than any YouTuber's ever been in the world. I had one video, I should say, that performed very well. Happy Gilmore 2 movie review. I want you to listen closely. I released it on July 26th. It has 20,372 views, 94% likes. The video is 15 minutes and 16 seconds long. Watch time, 2,300 hours. I gained 109 subscribers, and it made me $137. That's a very good a video performer for me. Very good. Now I want you to really pay attention. Listen how fucked up this is. And by the way, the title of that video was Happy Gilmore 2 movie review. 2 days later, July 30th. I'm sorry, 2 days later, July 28th. So 26th, 28th. Happy Gilmore 2 sucks. Recrap. Views, 24,596. So 4,000 views more. Watch time, 3,900 hours. More watch time. Subscribers, 157 new subscribers, more subscribers. Revenue, $45. Make it make sense. It was so fucking backwards. I put a ticket into YouTube saying, what's going on? How did I lose like 3/4 of the revenue 2 days later on a video that performed better in every single metric? The only difference between the two videos is one's titled Happy Gilmore Movie Review, the other one's titled Happy Gilmore 2 Sucks. Oh, I think I've just figured out the difference. That's just my conspiracy theory that maybe these companies aren't going to put ads on a video that's shitting on the movie that they're trying to promote. You got penalized for using the word recrap. You think so? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just saying it sucks. It's very baffling. It's very baffling. Your second favorite Young MC song? I got nothing. I was gonna say, I forgot. I didn't know he was the one that sang "Busted Move." There's no way I was gonna give you another one. What's love got to do? Got to do with it? Paul Bros for Never for $5. Most anticipated show for this year. Oh God, it's not the paper. I am gonna watch the paper just out of sheer curiosity, but I don't have strong hopes for that one. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't follow a lot of TV. I'm only watching the alien crap Earth show and Peacemaker. What was the other thing? I'm told I need to watch The Studio by a bunch of people. I want to watch The Studio. It looks really good, like something I'll enjoy. I'm gonna try to sneak that one in at some point in my life. Upcoming shows, I don't really have anything. I guess the Blade Runner thing would be about all I can think of. Sorry, I'm excited for the rest of Peacemaker season 2. Merlin Troutman for $2. Hardest thing to do on your channel? Well, honestly, the live streams are very challenging for me. I have a hard time. I like being edited down. I screw up and stumble over words, and sometimes I just sound like a moron. So I do have a hard time with live streams. They're challenging for me. But I think the hardest thing for me to do, and I've never really, I don't think I've improved on it at all, are reviewing politically infused movies. I sometimes feel like I go easier on them or even harder on them depending on, how polarizing the movie is. And I'm trying to get better at that. I go so out of my way to keep my own personal biases aside. I feel like it's doing a disservice to my commentary on the movie because I'm setting that aside. If that makes any sense. Those can be challenging for me. I keep burning, doing the neutron dance. Sam Christopher for 200, whatever that is. I imagine that's even stronger than 200 American dollars. So thank you, Sam, for the 300 American dollars. I'm joking. I don't know what that translates to. I don't care. Thank you very much. Adam, do you feel ITSV's humor worked for both kids and adults, but ATSV leaned more into TikTok style jokes because I was stone faced through the entire second film? Okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, Into the Spider-Verse? Is that what we're doing? And then Across the Spider-Verse? Are these the acronyms that I'm supposed to pick up on? Anybody? I think that's what he means. If is that right? That's got to be right. Um, I just liked Into the Spider-Verse more because I thought it was a better movie. It was shorter. It was more contained. Across the Spider-Verse has a lot going on. I did think the jokes were a little sillier and maybe cornier. I like Across the Spider-Verse, but I don't love it like I love Into the Spider-Verse. And the fact that this third one isn't going to be out for however fucking many years, like 2027, 2028 at this point. I just, yeah, I don't think Across the Spider-Verse is the masterpiece it was praised as when it came out. Still enjoy it, but Into is it just felt like it had more heart and it was so confident with what it was doing. Troy for $2 says goal met. We did it. Did we do it again? I see 9 out of 10 on here. I see 9 out of 10. Timer ended. It says timer ended before reaching the goal. Can anybody confirm that we reached this goal? Do the computer glasses work well? Well, these are just readers. These are cheap ass. I think I got a 3-pack at Costco for $20 or $25. They're fine. I have real glasses that I have to pick up probably tomorrow. You are the goal. Okay, well let's do another. I'm gonna make it more challenging now. So good luck. Start another goal. We're gonna do 10 super chats, and I'm gonna make this like stupidly challenging because I'm getting tired. We're gonna do $20 for 5 super chats in 15 minutes. That's what we're gonna do. I will go an additional 20 minutes. I keep burning, doing the new turning. Colton, Bubba sent me this like crazy spreadsheet. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Oh, he tallied up all the in real time, tallied everything up. He's above and beyond. He takes this far more serious than I do. It's incredible the amount of work he does as an unpaid intern. Dude, just go to bed. Did you miss the part where I need to make money for the family? So if I need to start juggling, even though I don't know how to juggle, I'll do it. BAP for $4.99, Matrix 4. Why do you do this to me? Why do you continue to do this to me, Scoob? Like, zoink, Scoob! Bubba is making money for the fam. That's true. That's true. There's an anti-glare you can get for the glasses, but sometimes it looks like you're not wearing glasses, lenses in them. I know. I'm sorry. I can stand like this the whole time. I don't really need the glasses on. It's just the reading, you know? It's the reading that's challenging, but I could zoom in. I can just keep going on and off with the glasses. That's what I used to do. How much for the juggling? Well, I don't know how to juggle. It would have to be like what's it, Robert California? Was that Will Ferrell's character's name in The Office? Or is Robert California the other guy? I think that's the other guy. I don't remember his name, but he was doing the like imaginary juggling, then he's bouncing it off of Phyllis or whatever. And then he's doing one hand. Yeah, that was all right. Spit or Swallow 69. that name. Do you think a Doomsday has too many characters like Deadpool? Well, I don't know how many characters are in it because I haven't seen the movie. They're sure as fuck announcing a lot of characters. And I mean, who knows how long they're going to be in it, though? It could be just a huge battle scene and they're all just kind of cameos that wink at the camera. it's hard to say at this point what too many is going to entail. If we're hopping around, if we're multiverse jumping to end this whole multiverse saga, maybe they're just flying all over the place and they're stopping by for 3-minute little jaw sessions and they leave again. Who knows? I mean, it certainly sounds like a lot just from all the leaks that come out about it. And apparently, they're all acting in front of green screens with no one to talk to. That's depressing. James Spader, is that Robert California? Okay, that's who I was thinking. Oh, D'Angelo. Yeah, D'Angelo was Will Ferrell. I didn't watch anything past season 6 of The Office more than once. It's just I've tried a couple times. It's just terrible. But the lens glare gives so much pizzazz and flair. You're right. You do that. Thank you, BAP. God, I got Neutron Dance in my head now. And it's hard to hide, just getting Avengers Adam's Day. Could you imagine? Avengers Adam Semble. Scan. Scan. Dun, 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 dun. Easiest question I've ever been asked. Vacation or Christmas vacation? Christmas vacation all day, week, year long, baby. I love Christmas vacation. Shot out of a cannon. Martin Esquire for $20. Do the original Blade Runner theme with SFX or Star Trek TOS theme or Battlestar Galactica theme, either version. Do the Blade Runner or the Star Trek. What does the TOS mean again? The original? Is that what TOS is? The original? What is TOS abbreviation? Terms of service. Terms of service. I only know the Next Generation. What's the one before or after? What's the original Star Trek called? Is it just Star Trek? Space. The original series. Thank you. The Final Frontier. I don't remember how the original goes. It's like I gotta listen to it. Star Trek original theme. It's been a long time since I've watched the original Star Trek. Oh, it was the worst $20 you ever spent. I'm sorry. I don't remember either of them very well. But I appreciate the super chat. If you need to save money, fire your useless agent. My agent doesn't make anything unless he makes me something. So he's more of like a salesman that's paid on commission only. And then he takes a percentage from what he brings in. Those Wednesday ads that you saw in 3 videos, that was from him. And it was a very, very low paying ad thing. And that was from Netflix, but they just wanted to get me in the door, I guess. What do you think of Disney wanting to get more male viewers despite owning Marvel and Star Wars? Yeah, Disney's so stupid. It's like, hey, we shot ourselves in the foot. You know, a good foot doctor that can help us with the wound that we put into our own foot? I mean, they had the entire demographic and then they chose to go down the whole like, oh, how do we get more women and young girls to watch superhero stuff? Because we already have all the boys and all the men, all the man children. We need to get more women and girls to watch an Avengers movie. I know. Let's get rid of all the guys or make them kind of suck or belittle them and have like the ladies come in and make them ridiculously overpowered without any real nuance to their characters. That'll get all the girls and women to like it. No, because no one wants to be pandered to on either side. Like my wife, when she sees, and I can only speak anecdotally for her, but I'm sure there's a lot of others like her. She doesn't want to see a super powerful, awesome woman like Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. She actually really enjoys seeing Chris Hemsworth like hulked out, kicking ass, preferably with his shirt off for her. But she'll go to that shit all day long. She has no interest in Captain Marvel flying and shooting laser beams. Now, that's not to say she doesn't appreciate any of that stuff. We all, as a family, really like Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot. Not so much the second one, but the first one was great. Second one was terrible. We all hated that movie. So, I mean, the fact that Disney thought they had to pander so hard was it's just a self-inflicted wound. It's not hard to figure out how to get guys and younger kids and I mean, I guess the male demographic that they're apparently having a hard time with to come back and watch movies again. Make some damn exciting movies again with some male characters that aren't bumbling idiots or just completely useless, and you have an easy win. It's not that difficult. Rant over. Josh Feist for $1.99. Thanks, Josh. Sean, oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Seen 80s movie Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. I have seen that movie probably in the early 90s. You go to a hotel room, it gets out of control. I don't remember much else after that. I think I saw it on cable TV one time. I wish I could go any further, but I really don't remember the movie. It's almost like I didn't see it because it's been so long. I keep burning. No, 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 no. Adam, are most of your audience in the USA, or are you a worldwide phenomenon? Oh, I've never heard that before. That's accurate, of course. You know what? I think I have a lot of British fans, and I love that. I love that for me. Let's see the audience in the last 365 days. Let's see where the audience is pulling from. So for age and gender, we have I skew 80% male, 20% female. That's actually a little better than I thought for the females. I'm glad to have the ladies on board. My prominent demo ranges from 25-year-olds to 44-year-olds. That's 26% for 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s is 28%, 40s to 50s is 20%. So really, 25 to 60 is where I like to live. United States is 56% of my audience. United Kingdom is 6%. Canada is 5%. India 4%. Brazil 4%. We got a lot of little chunks to get to another 50%. Holy crap. Australia is 2%. Germany 1%. Philippines 1%. South Africa 1%. Mexico 0.7%. And then there's just like a bunch of points that go all the way down to 0.1%. My least favorite demo, I guess I'm least favorited, I should say, in Colombia, Saudi Arabia, Chile, Vietnam, Serbia, Kenya, Austria. Those are they don't care for me as much over there. And Nigeria as well. But yeah, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, India, Brazil. Those are the top 5 for me. I thought I had more of a pull in United Kingdom. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. From the top rope, Jack Mackerel for $20. I'm writing a feature script. Instead of trying to get it made, planning on kickstarting it as a paperback, painted cover, illustrated, do you think cinephiles would be interested in reading it? Or is it a fool's errand? Nothing is a fool's errand if you're passionate about it. Again, I wrote a script. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it. Yeah, absolutely try to kickstart that thing. Try to get it out there in front of the right people. It is no fool's errand. It's as long, especially if you're having fun making it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. BAP for $4.99. The chicks assembling in Endgame was cool. Not. That didn't secure the femme crowd. It was such a cringy spot in the movie. Oh, God. How are we doing on that milestone? I saw 220s come in. What do we need to get? 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Oh, we got another one. I didn't even see that one come in. 1 minute left to secure that crazy goal. Troy the Cream McClure for $20. Disney, they had the mom kid family on lock since forever, and then bought more male focused IPs. And instead of thinking, how do we make more tasty soups for each, they thought, how can we make slop for all to choke down? That was a brilliant, perfect, salient. I want to say metaphor, or is it an analogy? I'm going to put cards on the table. I don't honestly know the difference between an analogy and a metaphor, and every time I hear it explained to me, it makes less sense. An analogy, I'm told, is like more like one-to-one sort of a thing, where a metaphor is a hypothetical. Is that correct? I've really never understood the difference between them. We aren't going to reach the goal, says, oh, I'm a 400-year-old tumbleweed. And the goal is done. We did 3 to 5. You know what? That was really good. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock and we'll shut it down. Okay. As like a participation award, I'll give 5 more minutes. We'll close it down for a 2-hour live stream, because that was impressive to even get 3 of those. Oh, I like that. I'm a reincarnated Egyptian pharaoh. It's a simile. Oh, God. I'm a level 19 Magikarp. Just you wait. Yeah. Well, is a Magikarp turn into Gyarados after 200 or 400? I can't remember what it is. I think it's 400. Bubba loves Pokemans. I'm a Pokemon Go player myself. I dabble in it quite a bit. I'm trying to back off a little because I notice myself getting sucked in. And again, the completionist side of me is just screaming internally every time they release a new batch or there's some new version of the stupid Dynamax Pokemon, and I just can't live this way. Pokemon Go to the polls. I remember that. Oh shit. Adam, who is your real life mentor or hero? I've mentioned it a few times. My dad was obviously my biggest inspiration slash hero slash friend. Lost him at 16. He was, I think, 39 when he died. Car accident. Definitely a big hero of mine. And it's like the most bummer, depressing thing ever for me. But it's the like silver lining is he never was around to disappoint me. I only know him as like the hero, awesome dad. I didn't have to grow up with him and get in any arguments or like disagreements about any religion or politics or any of that disgusting stuff that can end up like tarnishing a person in your eyes. So he was just always just the cool, great dad. So I'll have that forever. My grandpa, my actually really all my grandparents were fantastic. Everybody, almost every adult in my life that a relative of mine has been pretty freaking great. I mean, both sets of my grandparents were amazing. My mom was amazing getting us through that tragedy. Yeah, I don't have any like celebrities or anyone I look up to. I just it's the people that you leave closest that are heroes. My wife's a hero. She has a disease that she struggles with. Um, she's amazing. My kids are amazing. I think yeah, you keep the people in your life that I would hope that you look up to as sort of a guiding light or a mentor of sorts. So I have a lot of them. Your dad will always be remembered. He was probably wise. I mean, he did take me to see Saving Private Ryan on a school night, and it didn't get over till 1 in the morning. It was like a Tuesday. So yeah, he was smart as hell. Very smart, very wise. BAP for 4.99. Thank you. How do you feel about kids watching Superman, then having to watch Peacemaker with blood splashing and cocks flopping? Is Gunn the right man for the job? I brought that. I brought that up on the podcast with those other guys. How it was so odd for James Gunn to be like, "I want Superman to release digitally so people can watch Peacemaker and understand the references with Hawk Girl and Green, Lantern." And I said on there, I don't know if it's the most natural transition to go from a very family friendly Superman movie to then watching essentially the boys equivalent of a superhero TV show by DCU. Not really one to one. My kids don't watch Peacemaker. It's a little bit out of their purview right now. Love and respect to your father. Thank you, BAP. It's just I mean, listen, they don't have to be. Peacemaker's a great show for different reasons than Superman was a fine movie. I have so many issues with that Superman movie, but whatever, it is what it is. They didn't need to be connected, and they probably shouldn't have been. It's just my 2 cents. I didn't need them to be connected. James Gunn should have kept Peacemaker in the DCEU. It's just way too confusing. And yes, connecting it to Superman, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I didn't need them to be connected. It doesn't add anything to Peacemaker at all. Adam, you still hate Happy Gilmore Tour has grown on you. I hate it more now because I every time I see it, it's a reminder that it's the number one most watched movie on Netflix ever. And then when I was on the app looking at what was trending for movies, I saw that there's a Happy Gilmore 2 video game in the app section of Netflix, and that made me mad all over again. Now he's possibly adding Blue Beetle back. I saw that. I don't think he is. I don't know why he keeps trying to make Blue Beetle a thing. That was such a lame movie. I don't know what he's doing. If he does, it's going to be some random ass cameo. One more minute and we shut it down, folks. Get your final questions in, and then I will bid you adieu. I'm going to be getting up early tomorrow. Got college for PSEO for my daughter. She's going to post secondary, so she's got to get on an early ride at 6:30, and then I'm probably going to sit down for Alien Earth episode 4. So let's wrap up with thumbs up that I accidentally did because of the reactions. what you can expect is an Alien Earth recap video on episode 4 tomorrow. And then the Roses review will be out on Thursday. And then that Austin Butler movie, or as we call him, John Butler or Dan Butler, whatever I said way earlier in this stream, I'll have a review for that movie. I already forgot the name of that again. And then there will be a Peacemaker recap video. And then I will have the monthly recap of August. It's going to be the best and worst movies of the month. And I looked back earlier in the stream, and it's mostly good movies. So we had a good month here in August, at least in my eyes. Thank you guys very much for the live stream. I have to... Caught Stealing. Yes, Caught Stealing is the name of the movie. I got to also record a beautiful song for you guys. So I got to get the pipes cleaned up. Got to keep them safe and secure so we can do that song because we hit the milestone. Have a good night, guys. I will see you soon. Take care.